are many practical things that can be done to assist in this speeding up process. Firstly, we need to focus very much on the way that we think within our own selves, the way that we talk to our own selves. For we have learned bad habits. We have learned bad ways to talk to our own selves. We say some of the most negative things to ourselves. We think of the future. We project into the future negative thoughts, mostly not of our own doing, but rather we have been given a terrific future. We've been sold a future of disaster, the world's end. And so often have we been provided these scenarios, these nightmare scenarios, that when we project ourselves into the future, we mostly do it with a negative outlook. Understand that our thoughts create. We are creators. And so, if we are constantly ruminating on a bad future, then we are creating that bad future. Now, we can tell you that this has been done on purpose. You all have been programmed on purpose to have a very negative feel, a very negative outlook for the future. This is not necessary. The future does not exist. Understand? Only now exists. And so when you are projecting into the future, you are creating that future, or at least creating the potential of that future. And so the simple and practical way of dealing with this is to simply affirm a beautiful future, to affirm a happy, bright, healthy, breathing planet. For that is what we have, that is where you live. It's important to understand that nature knows no bounds. The earth can neither be destroyed nor made to be in such a bad state that it is no longer habitable. For if you allow nature to take its course, then in a very, very short time, everything is back to normal. Everything has been repaired. Nature knows no bounds. And yes, it is true that given the infrastructure, the way that this world is run, then yes, there are abuses. Yes, resources are abused. But the resources of this world are infinite. And many times they replenish. So you never need worry about what the future holds. In fact, there is no reason to worry about the future, for the future does not exist. The future is being created in every moment by everyone. The issue we have is the more people that think in a negative way about the future, the more possibilities of bringing that future into this reality, into this moment. Practical things. Become aware of all of the negative influences that exist in your life. In what areas are you being fed stories of doom and gloom? Stories of badness? Where are you receiving information that is telling you that the world is heading toward destruction, that people are bad intrinsically? These messages, manipulated as they are, steal your vital energy. They steal your spark. Why? Because we spend our time concerned, fretting about possible futures. And so the best way of dealing with this, for we cannot stop these messages from being dispersed throughout the world, for there is a plan to ensure that these messages are repeated and frequent. The way that we can practically deal with this is to turn our face away from those messages, from that negativity. Turn our face away. And how we do that is by no longer listening to those messages, no longer watching those messages of disaster, of pending doom. For every message that you hear is weighing you down, is stealing some of your sparkle, is stealing some of your positivity. We are but humans. We cannot provide unlimited sparkle in the face of such a wave of intense negativity. So far better that we shut ourselves off from it. Far better that we turn our face away from it. Far better that we stop watching, listening, and talking about these things. For that only gives them strength. Understand that there is no future. And we know that we have said this a number of times. And we do so because it is so important for you to understand. It is no more reasonable to worry about the future than it is to worry about the past. It's living in another world, in another space and time. The practical way of living is to live now and to live happily and to expect the best from this future. And that expectation, that knowing that everything will be okay, is the creation of that everything. More practical things. Take a look at your life and decide and analyze all of the relationships that you are currently in your life. And with the inner knowing, look at each relationship and ask yourself, what kind of energy am I sharing with this person? Is it a positive, uplifting energy? Or is it a negative, heavy, dark, dragging down energy? Now, sometimes we do not have the luxury of choosing every relationship that we have. Sometimes we are obliged to spend time with people that we would never choose to spend time with, were we given the option. However, as often as we possibly can, we must turn our face away from those negative influences in our lives. For that negative vibration is what brings us lower, that makes us heavier. You see, the awakening is happening through the increase of each being's energy field. And when a group of negative people club together, the energy drops, and no matter what is done, it is very difficult to raise that group energy. And when millions of people are thinking that the world is going to end, it is very difficult to raise that energy. For it's almost hysteria, hysterical energy, that is very much linked to the dark. And so choose your friends wisely. Limit the time that you spend with negative people. And more so, when somebody with that kind of heavy energy is aiming to convince you, to talk to you about how bad things are, you do not need to become involved in that conversation. Far better that you cut it short. Deal with the business that needs to be dealt with, and then go. You do not need to think that your job is to convince that person of anything else. In fact, this does not help them, nor does it help you. You are your number one priority. Your energy, your vibrational level, your spirituality is your number one priority. Above all else, you are not here to save people. That is not your job. Your job is to make yourself shine, and shine so brightly that people are drawn to you. You shine so brightly, you have such a high frequency that in and of itself, you begin to raise the frequency of those around you. You become a beacon, an icon, somebody to whom others look to on a spiritual level for guidance, for direction. For we are all looking for direction on our spiritual level. We are divine, and often we are lost. And so we are constantly searching for that beacon, for that light. And so our job is to make ourselves into that lighthouse, sending out a signal to the boats that are lost and that are caught in storms. Our job is not to go out to sea to save those boats. No. We guide them. We offer them that light. More practical things. We like the idea of affirmations. Positive, present, upbeat affirmations. And it would be good for you to start your day with some. Giving thanks for what you have. Giving thanks for what you will have in the future. Giving thanks for your life, for the very fact that you are here, breathing, alive. For those messages of gratitude to the universe are what really makes the universe alive, happy, brimming with energy. The most important affirmation and the most effective affirmation is one of gratitude, of love and of gratitude. And so each day we recommend that you give thanks. Give thanks for everything you have and everything you will have. And so our message to you is to keep the faith. Understand that this is all but a game, that we don't need to take it so seriously. We don't need to get angry, become frustrated with how things are. We don't need to fight, to push against anything, for when we do that, we give it power. We need to be moving in a different direction, away toward the light, maintaining ourselves happy, positive, expecting, fully expecting a perfect future, for that is coming. That is the plan. And so there may be bumpy seas, there may be difficult times, but as long as you keep yourself facing the light, seeking the beacon every day and moving toward that light, then our future is secured. And we will tell you something. Our future is secured anyway. No matter what happens, our future is secured. And so you never, ever need to worry about that. For as we've said, worrying for the future is really just a drain, a wasting of our vital energy. Far better that we celebrate the present, that we give thanks for the present, and that we fully immerse ourselves in the present, in the now, in every moment. And take time to have those quiet moments. For in those quiet moments we can come to you and we can guide you. For that is our job, that is our purpose. We are here as guides, and we will assist you in your awakening, and we will do it with the greatest of pleasure. But you must allow us to do so. And for that to happen, we need silence. For our voices come from far, and they come as a whisper. And so for you to hear us correctly, nay, for you to hear us, we need that you silence your mind and just sit and breathe with no other agenda than sitting and breathing. And we will come and we will guide. Amen.